going on, Port fans? Welcome back to another video on my channel, and today we'll be previewing the JLT Series Game 2 clash against the Adelaide Crows. Port Adelaide versus Adelaide at Alberton Oval for the first ever AFL sanctioned match at Alberton. So this will be a very interesting clash, so without further ado, let's preview this week's game. So what are we looking for this week in our second JLT game of 2018? It's going to be a very interesting affair down at Alberton. It's going to be a little bit of a, what would you say? It's a mini showdown, really. I mean, it's going to still have that high stake pressure type atmosphere. It's going to be a hard edge game. I know it's only JLT and round one's a couple of weeks away, but this has got something to it. This is more than just a JLT game, and especially since it's at Alberton Oval. Port Adelaide are not going to want to lose this game at their home ground, at their heartland. So Adelaide are going to bring everything they've got. They've got a lot of good players coming into the side this week, and I really feel like that we can take it to them. They're going to have to try their absolute best, Port, but we've got the skill level, and I reckon we've got the game to match them. So hopefully this game goes good. I think it'll be an absolute ripper, to be honest, and it's such a shame I can't make it there on the weekend, but it's certainly going to be an absolute classic. So, what are we looking for? I mean, as I said, the second hit out for the new guys as well. Players like Jack Watts, Stephen Motlop, who's still in the side for this week, even though that he had that injury scare, I should say, not square. I think they might have to play a little bit better than they did in the first game. I know it might have been, as I would describe it, as going to the water for the first time and just touching the water with your feet just to see how the temperature is. So this week they'll be diving into that water and really putting their claim forward for round one. No Rockcliffe, obviously, because he's still injured. Kenny Hinkley stated that if this was round one, he would be playing, no doubt about it. So he's raring to go, ready for round one, which is good to hear. The other thing as well is Sam Powell-Pepper not playing. He has a shoulder injury, so hopefully he can get over that quickly for round one as well. Travis Boak as well, the captain, is not in the side because of a hamstring niggle that he's got, a little bit of tightness there, but he should be okay for round one, no doubt about it. So that is a quick wrap on the teams. I think others to come in as well. Jared Pollock comes into the side from his hamstring injury that he had. He's come back a couple of weeks earlier. I thought he wasn't even going to play round one, as I've been stating for the last couple of weeks. So good to see Jared back, and it's going to be a big year for him. Chad Wingard as well is back in the side after his hamstring injury. Hopefully he can push a claim forward, and him and Motlop can actually run riot over the Crows at Alberton as well. And then other keys, got Marshall, who's coming over his calf injury. Sam Gray didn't play in the first JLT game. Don't know why, to be honest. I think he should be in the side playing every week. Players of his calibre, so Sammy Gray's back in. And also Aiden Johnson gets a run as well, maybe staking a late claim for round one as well. So an interesting squad lined up. Still a 26-man squad with players, as I said, Sam Powell-Pepper is out, Boak out. Jack Homch is missing as well, so that gives me a sign that he won't be picked for round one, and that defence line is basically settled in well. So I don't see him being a part of round one, which is a shame because I thought Jack Homch would have pushed really, really hard for round one, but clearly Kenny sees otherwise. Jack Trangrove misses out as well. I thought he would have got another run in the team, especially at home as well, but Lindsay Thomas is missing out. Didn't really stake a claim in the first JLT game, so unfortunate for him. And Peter Adams misses out as well. So going in with a very, very strong squad, and if you take a few players out, basically structures our best 22 perfectly. Players like Mackenzie as well comes into the side, so a little bit of variety going on in this game. And I think especially with Marshall coming in, I find that interesting. They're bringing Marshall in, so you can have Westhoff, Watts, Dixon and Marshall all playing up front, especially with the 26-man squad. That allows you to do it with the 8 on the bench. So it'll be interesting to see how Port structure their forward line, whether they go all tall or they'll go a couple on the bench, a couple out on the field, Westhoff down back. It's going to be a very intriguing affair for Kenny to see what he does. And he's got a lot of time to prepare for that, which is good. So hopefully they all stake a claim for round one. And I think, obviously, Charlie Dixon's a shoo-in. So, and you might see as well, players like Charlie Dixon, players like Justin Westhoff, Jack Watts, all might not even play the full game. They might just change over quite a bit. They might play 60 minutes of the game, 60%, 70%. They all might rotate on the bench. Todd Marshall might get more of a run than others because he's like game time. And you might even see players like Paddy Ryder and stuff like that resting down forward. Or they might even rest him half the game as well. So a very intriguing game coming up this weekend, which is going to be an absolute ripper. The big question I ask is, do we actually go all out this week? Do we show our hand? Do we show the competition that here we are, it's only JLT, but we're showing what we can do. This is what we're capable of. And we're going to beat a side that, yeah, it's only JLT, but it's a little bit more than a JLT game this week, as I said, with being played at Alberton Oval. And speaking of the game being played at Alberton Oval, as I said, it is the first ever AFL sanctioned game at the ground, and it's going to be an absolute ripper. Fans of all teams will be down there because this is going to be such a great day for the Port Adelaide Football Club. It's more than a game this week, so a lot of entertainment, a lot of action around the ground. A street fair going on down Brogham Place, I'm pretty sure, as well. So it's going to be a very exciting time down at the club, so get down there as early as possible and soak up all the atmosphere because it's going to be an absolute ripper. You really don't want to lose against the Crows at Alberton Oval, because I know it's only a JLT game, but if you want to listen to those Crows fans go on and on and on, not only did we beat you in the AFL at Adelaide Oval, we also beat you at bloody Alberton. Just win. I know JLT wouldn't mean, the result means squat in the long run, but a win boosts confidence, and a win at Alberton Oval, it's for the fans, and you just got to do it. So I think this week we go out there and give it a red hot go, and I can't wait to see how the new boys go at the heartland of Port Adelaide at Alberton Oval. Well, that's it, Port fans. That wraps up this preview for the second JLT game against the Crows at Alberton Oval. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment below what you're thinking of this week's game. What are you looking forward to? And who do you think is going to win? And if you're heading down there as well, have a lot of fun because it's going to be an absolute blast, especially for a carnival-like atmosphere for this week at Alberton. It's going to be an absolute ripper. Thank you very much for tuning in, Port fans. Follow the Portress Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and the whole shebang as well. Listen to the latest podcast, which is in the description below. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, it's all in the description below, Instagram and Twitter as well. Thank you very much for tuning in, Port fans. My name is Anthony, and obviously, come the pair!